Hello guys, how's it going? Laura here, and today I am bringing you this tutorial on this look that I created, and we're gonna jump straight in. And as you can see, I am applying an eyeshadow base, and I am using base shade 2 from Plouise Makeup Academy, and I'm applying that with their flat brush. And as you can see, I'm just tapping that all the way through, all over her eyelids, and then I will be taking a fluffy brush, just like a regular eye blending brush, to blend out those edges to make sure that there are no harsh lines. So the palette we're going to be using today is the extra large Carnival Pro palette from Stacey Marie times Bperfect Cosmetics. It's that gigantic palette with all the colors in it, and that I absolutely love because it has everything you need. So the first color I'm using is shade Mood, which is a dark navy blue color, and I'm applying that with a Morphe M507 brush. And on top of that, I'm applying the shade Make Waves, and as you can see, I'm always using my Morphe M507 to blend those colors together. Of course, I edited this video so you can't really tell how much time I spent on these blends, but you gotta make sure you're not rushing through the process because you really have to take your time to make sure all the colors are merging into one another seamlessly to create that ombre effect. So don't rush through the process and take your time. So for the last blend, I'm taking the shade Why Though, which is a light mint color, and this is the shade that's going to finish that ombre effect. And I'm switching to a bigger blending brush. This is the Morphe M514, and I'm going back and forth between this one and the Morphe M517 to take care of those darker shades, and the bigger brush to blend out that lighter shade. As you can see, I'm going back in with my shades and applying more to make sure the colors look as vibrant as they can be, never allowing them to disappear through the process of the blends. Do this as many times as you want until you're happy with the color payoff. So, time to start the cutting process, and by cutting, I mean the cutting of that crease. You guys might be surprised to hear this, but what I'm using to do this is actually Vaseline. Yep, you heard me right. I'm taking Vaseline with a flat brush and creating that cut that I want and simply sliding that off with a wet wipe. This is awesome because you get no staining on the lid, and it gives you a perfect blank canvas to create more fire on that lid. This is how it should look like so far, and I am living for this. Right after, I'm taking blank canvas paint from the Acid Rain collection by Plouise and Mitchell, and tapping that in the inner corner all the way through the middle of the lid with a Sigma E25 brush. As you can see, I'm tapping that instead of sliding it on there because you get the most coverage with this technique, and also the paint won't crack. Note that I'm blending the outer and inner corner of that paint with a Morphe E36 to make sure it blends seamlessly into the skin and you don't get any harsh lines. And then I'm taking the shade Ecstasy from the Bperfect palette and applying it with a Morphe M515, which is a super tiny smudger brush, and then blending that with the yellow shade Keen. Don't forget to blend those colors together at the end with a small blending brush. I'm using the Sigma E36. I'm cutting that once again with the Vaseline to make sure I get another sharp line underneath those blends, and again wiping it off with the wet wipe. So the process is pretty much the same now, so I'm gonna go back in with blank canvas and tapping that all the way through the lid, but this time I'm taking it all the way back, and then right after I'm applying the shade Why Though in the inner corner, Make Waves in the middle, and then once again Why Though on the outer corner, creating that blue ombre effect once again. So make sure you're merging these colors together seamlessly. And again, I'm applying those with a Morphe M515 brush. Now another thing that I really wanted to add in this video is that look how I constantly lift up her brow with my thumb. Like, always lift your client's brow up because it does expose way more space on the lid, and you can almost create your own crease with this technique. So never forget to do this. It's super, super important. This is totally optional, but I really wanted to see how this paint will look like on the waterline, and I wasn't a super fan of it at the beginning, but then it kind of grew on me. So I'm gonna be applying the paint Limelight, again from Plouise and Mama Mitchell, on her waterline with an angle brush. So if you thought we were done with the cutting, you were so wrong, because as you can see, I already cut those blends once again underneath with the Vaseline. So you all know how it goes, and now it's time for the lid. I'm going to be taking paint Nitro, and I will be applying it on their inner corner, and then mix Nitro with blank canvas to create this baby blue color to finish off that ombre effect on the outer corner. Now the great thing about these paints is that they work amazing on their own, so you don't need to apply any eyeshadow on top of them to set them in place. So it pretty much cuts your work time in half. Just make sure you are tapping those in at first, not sliding it, because they will crack. You do get 60 seconds before they set, so blend those shades together in the middle to create once again the ombre effect. I'm taking blank canvas now, and I'm applying it on the outer corners of the eye and blending it towards the temple. Keep in mind, I'm first tapping that product in and then blending it out on the edges. I'm using a Suva Beauty 410 brush to apply and blend. I am now taking the shade Y though, again with my Morphe M507, and finishing off the eye by applying it towards the outer corner. This is how it looks like once I'm done with everything on the eyes. So please don't kill me, but I was having major camera difficulties this day, and my camera did not record any of the foundation process. So as you can see, the foundation is all in, and if you're wondering what I used, is the Cover FX pigment coverage drops, and then I set everything in place with the Kat Von D setting powder. We're actually laughing because we were talking about how it looks so much like Dory's colors, and it was totally not intentional, but oh well, it still looks amazing. For bronzer and blush, I used Inglot Sculpting powder in number 507, and the blush is number 34. For highlighter, I actually use the highlight in the Bperfect palette. Like I said, this palette is everything, and the highlighters in the palette are just to die for, which is why you see me were recording, because it's so gorgeous. I used the shades Gold Luxe and Fair Play mixed in, and it gave me that wet, glowy skin look. For the lips, I'm using the Morphe lip liner in the shade Sugar Pie all over her lips, and I topped it off with some lip balm to give it a more glossy look. So that is it for me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this look. If you want to see more videos like this on this channel, please hit that like button and of course subscribe so you can keep up with the content. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see more makeup looks for inspiration, or if you wish to reach out to me to give me recommendations on what I should film next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!